Students Association at KAIST. My name is Noman Rao, an undergraduate student at KAIST in Department of Biomolecular Engineering, and I will be your host for this evening. So stress, what is stress? Yeah. Stress, this word, whenever it comes into our mind, our morale automatically goes down, and our outcome plunges, it decreases dramatically. Whether it's our children, our family, our parents, our work, our studies, anything in our life, stress is everywhere. Especially, the place where we are studying, KAIST, where we are forced to give our outcome to the utmost level. Stress is at its peak. So, in order for you to manage this stress and to overcome it successfully, Muslim Student Association at KAIST have invited Professor Harlina Siraj from Malaysia to provide you a successful way to manage your anxiety. This is the second part of an event which was organized last year, where Professor Karmani gave a speech to manage stress. So, before we start our event, I'd like to invite the Muslim Students Association President, Ms. Noni Soraya, to give you a welcoming speech. Please give her a big round of applause.
Thank you very much for the host. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, the audiences. I hope you are all in the good condition and spirits, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the Stress and Anxiety Management Workshop. So this year, this is our second time to serve you with a psychological event. And we have seen this workshop as meaningful opportunity to face our challenging environment of study. So as you know, stress is one of the characteristics of the student's life, especially at KAIST. And besides the lacking of communications and social context outside the university, there are many other factors that can create stress, such as the intense study environment, lack of recreational activities, and even bad management. And I am sure that as a foreign students, we feel the same pressure as well as the Korean students. Moreover, we have to adjust ourselves in the non-English speaking country. So last year's workshop was a great success, and most importantly that it provided, if not the solution, at least a discussion of how important it is to care about the emotional health. So this year we are once again grateful to have a renowned speaker who understands the problem faced by students, as she is an educator herself. With this, I would like to thank Professor Harlina for her willingness to come to KAIST and lead this workshop. I hope that each of us can gain the most benefits from this wonderful opportunity, and hopefully this lecture contributes a better perspectives in our lives in terms of study. And I wish you enjoy the lecture this evening, and thank you very much once again for coming.
Thank you, Ms. Soraya. Okay, so before we start the event, I'd like to give you a brief summary of our rundown, how this program is going to go. So, I'm sorry we're a little bit late of time, but first of all, we're going to have the first lecture by Ms. Siraj. And in the first lecture, she'll tell us that what is stress and how do we tackle it. And then after the 35 minutes lecture, we're going to have a 10 minutes question and answer, in which you have the choice to ask her anything you want, but not much detailed questions, as it's only 10 minutes. And then we're going to have a break for 5 minutes. After the break, we're going to have the second lecture, in which she will tell us that how do we tackle stress and our anxiety. After the lecture, we're going to have a 15-minute break or a 15-minute question and answer session. So, and the closing will be around 9:15 to 9:30, and I assure you it's not going to go beyond 9:30, so you guys don't have to wait much more. Okay, so I'd like to give you a brief biography of Professor Harlina Siraj. She did her doctorate course of medicine in the University of Kebangasan, Malaysia, and now she is an associate professor at the UKM, the University of Kebangasan, Malaysia. Ms. Siraj is chairman of medical education in PP UKM, and she is also she was an associate professor and expert of ONG UKM in June 2006. In her achievements, Ms. Siraj won an award in 2011, which is the Siti Khatija Award for Mauludur Rasul in the Selangor state of Malaysia. Ms. Siraj is an invited guest at the show Malaysia Hari Ini in the TV program called Malaysia Today, and she was also invited guest at the show Wanita Hari Ini. And Ms. Siraj is also an invited guest at TV3 and TV9, and also Astro Malaysia in several programs. So in brief, she is a really professional in giving guidance on anxiety and stress and management. I myself has heard some of her lectures, and believe me, after that I was fresh as a cucumber. So I'd like to invite Professor Harlina Siraj to come on stage and give us her knowledge about stress and anxiety. So a big round of applause for Professor.